It's the afternoon of September 22nd, 2009. We have about 3 hours of summer left. We're on Margaret Street in Plattsburgh, and we're about to enter the Press Republican building because our friend Sid Couchey has invited us here. Sid is supposed to be making a surprise donation to a local person, so we're going to catch that on tape. We've been pointed in the right direction by the publisher, Mr. Parks, and we're coming down this way where Sid Couchey, Ruth Couchey, and Sid's legal advisor, Charlie Lewis, the Honorable Charlie Lewis, is here. And we're here for a big event. It's going to surprise Mr. Bob Grady.
How are you?
Good, how are you? See my new camera?
Oh, very nice. Oh. Sid's got the stick out, so he's ready for trouble. Dessert day here.
Yeah, we're here about this.
How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Good. Hey, Charlie, how you doing? How you doing? Hey, Charlie, good to see you. Yeah, you want to see? You want to see?
Stand right up on the chair. Hello.
Do you pay them to work here? I do.
Find out. Sid came here for a special reason, and he especially wanted to see Bob Grady. So we'll let Sid. Yeah, Sid can speak. Go ahead.
Well, this is not exactly a trial, but I have
These up here.
that the Press Republican is involved in, or a portion of it, and I think there's been a great injustice, so we're going to sort it all out. And I have for witness, I have our cameraman, Calvin Castine.
I see you got Calvin. I see you brought a judge with you.
He has witnessed the first ball pitch, and his camera has a timer on it as well. And he's not only visually, but he got the time.
I see. In other words, he's got your 9-mile-an-hour fastball.
This is you speak when the judge.
Sorry.
This is my friend. This is my friend Charlie Lewis. He's also my lawyer, and he's also the judge of this hearing.
Sounds like you stacked the court here, didn't you?
Well, I have good reason, but I'd like to give you a little history of the enormity of this, what you did. And the history of me and the Press Republican. 1964, how many years ago is that anyway? 1964, Steve Ryder asked me to do something for the Press Republican. Steve Ryder, probably nobody knows about.
I know Steve Ryder.
Yeah. Well, he was a
He's a nice guy.
he was a nice guy. He was he every morning, give you an idea, he'd hang up the American flag. That's the first thing he did, and they all the guys called him the Boy Scout, Steve Ryder. Anyway, he asked me to in 1964. He asked me to do the Champy series, and this will be interesting to you because.
What's the matter? Did he never pay you? Is that the problem?
Well, I'll tell you. I'm glad you mentioned this. I did 76 historical cartoon manuals, the originals, and they paid me $390, which amounted to $5.10 a piece.
Do you suppose they got their money's worth out of that?
Anyway, the other thing is, now don't laugh, but With the Champlain story, I put President Republic on, you know, I got that going.
Sure.
In 1964.
Yeah.
And there's,
Who's this young fella here?
well.
Sid Couchey.
Yeah.
Wow.
What do you mean, wow?
He's now twice as old as he was then.
That's right.
Anyway.
Changed a bit.
Wow.
Anyway, and another thing is, speaking of putting you back in, well, 1970, you know, I mean, that's 30, almost 40 years ago, you got another jolt in the arm. In the comic book.
What do you suppose that publicity's worth? Press Republican.
Anyway,
It says
Little lotta.
anyway, these comic books at one time were the most published in the whole United States.
Yeah, I read them all the time.
Overseas. That's
That was my early education that led to me working at the Press Republic.
That's why you are the man today. You
Sure.
You were exposed to a little lot of all.
Certainly.
Anyway, I have some besides these witnesses,
Yeah.
I have those. If you give me any trouble, I have all the signs of. I can call in Lou Groza.
Here he is, the toe, 76.
That's right.
Yeah.
And here's what he wrote. Sid, this is in Plattsburgh. We had anyway, I get a big kick out of your artistry if you ever have to get kicked made by me or something like that. But anyway, I can turn that on you anytime I want.
I'm not so sure Lou's still alive.
Another witness.
We can produce them.
There's my boy. He'll take care of you.
Who is it?
Joe Lewis.
Oh, Joe
I'll
Lewis.
call him in anytime.
Did Joe sign that or a Jew?
Yeah, no, he did. I saw him. I didn't
I have a
serve.
picture.
And
Did you
here-
really? You knew Joe Lewis?
Yes, and here is Connie Mack. If he
Wow.
if he got after you with his cane,
Did you know his name was actually Cornelius McGillicuddy? It is, that's true.
what's that got to do with this issue?
Not a thing. Sorry I brought it
His
up.
grandson is our
Now,
congressman down in
Here,
Florida.
this
Is that right? Oh, Connie Mack, yeah, Connie. In fact, was he in the Senate? I guess he is.
He was the Florida Senate
I think
president.
he owned the ball
Congressman.
club.
Okay.
Connie Mack
Are
used
you
to
finished with this?
appear at the ballpark every time with a
Suit on.
white shirt and tie.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I've only got a 2-hour tape.
You got the wrong guy.
I had this display, and it breaks my heart. Ruth wouldn't let me bring in the nice plastic thing it was in, but this will bring tears to your eyes. This is the very. This was a stick that I cleaned my cleats with. Football pit. All right, somebody got Kleenex.
You're gonna tear to my eyes.
Here's the very ball, June 21. And here are the binoculars. You saw the whole thing.
That you spotted the catcher with, right?
Right. Okay. All right. I don't know what this.
Okay,
I guess
now.
that's it.
The real thing.
I guess. You got anything else?
Boy, this is historic stuff
Oh.
right here.
Oh, what? Oh, here's something. Oh, anyway.
Wow.
Holy mackerel.
How about that?
Where the heck did you get that?
We're talking.
Well,
There are some good guys out in the Press Republican, you know.
Holy mackerel, somebody set me up.
I wonder who that could be.
Honorable Judge Charles H. Lewis.
Holy cow. It's all history.
Have you been working at this day and night since?
Well, I mean, it's all valid, and Joe DiMaggio admits that I was pitching for Cleveland when they ended his history. All that stuff was all valid.
Wow, that is really something.
This is all to prove that your fastball was more than
Yeah,
9 miles
more
per
than
hour.
9 miles an hour. Yeah.
And that comes from the judge.
It was going so fast I couldn't see it at all.
Well, I stand corrected, Sid. I owe you an apology. Press Republican is there, and we'll run a correction in tomorrow's paper.
Well, I don't know whether the word of mouth is going to do it. I'm thinking about money, but anyway.
In other words, the correction won't do it, huh?
Judge, does that rise to a felony?
A felony.
Whatever you want it to be.
That is really something.
And here, look very closely, thanks.
Didn't you?
Picture on the lower left.
Grady, in half your days just before released from jail.
Look at it. They don't know how good your cameraman is.
It's good pictures of Charlie.
Excellent.
So, you and Feller, you figure same thing, huh?
That's right. Along with Padres.
Well, I'm impressed.
You got Yuppie. You won't take an apology yet.
Well, I'm thinking I'm going to talk to my judge and my witness.
You're going to try to establish the actual speed of the ball?
Yeah.
Could we go outside and reenact
Sweets or
it?
something here.
Yeah, hey, could I buy you off with a piece of cheesecake?
What prompted this was Bob Grady prepared a newspaper back when this summer when the community of Essex and Willsboro were celebrating Sid and Ruth's 50th wedding anniversary, Sid's 90th birthday, and Ruth's 80th birthday, all happening this year. And Bob made up a special newspaper that had Sid Couchey all over it, doing all kinds of miraculous things. So Sid wanted to repay the editor here, Bob Grady, with a newspaper of his own making, and that's what we've just witnessed. This was important to Sid and important that we be here to chronicle it. So we did. We see Lois Claremont is here, Bob Parks, my wife Judy, Bob Getz, the illustrious sports editor, Suzanne Shan Moore, Bob Grady with his back to us,
How you doing?
Sid Couchey, Judge Charlie Lewis, and Sid's wife Ruth,
Anyway,
and the editor Shan Moore is the one who emailed us and told us that Sid would like us to be here today, so that's why we're here. If this is important to Sid, then it's important to us, so we're glad to capture it for him.
Security's pretty tight.
So that's the way it was on this September 22nd, 2009 in beautiful downtown Plattsburgh. And we'll be sure to make sure that Sid gets a copy of this to pass along to his neighbors in Essex.